You guys want to hear about Jason? So Jason, he had to get this golden fleece for reasons which were probably important, but I don't care about them. Wait, no, I think he got like kicked out because his dad was like, there was like some prophecy, and his dad was like, I don't know, like I need this. Something about like having like one sandal or something. He was like, oh god, this guy Jason's gonna overthrow me. I should send him on an impossible quest to retrieve this golden fleece. Good luck achieving that. And so anyways, he goes and he gets like all the Greek. They do like a whole crossover episode, like all of the Greek demigods and heroes show up, and they're all getting this golden fleece. And anyways, they do all of that. And while he's there, it's whatever the island is called. I don't know what the island is called. And Jason meets this girl, and she's like the daughter of the king of wherever they are. And they get the golden fleece, and now they're fleeing. The Argonauts are all out of there. He's fleeing with Medea, who is the daughter of the king of wherever. And but the problem is the king was catching up to them. All right, they were all in boats. There was like this whole fleet going after them. And Medea, Jason's new girlfriend, is like, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." Because she kidnapped, I think, her brother. I think she had her brother with her. So what she did was she chopped her brother into 1,000 tiny pieces and then cast them into the ocean. And the thing about Greek mythology is that you have to bury all of the body to go to the afterlife. So now that the king had to stop his fleet and pick up thousands of pieces of his son, and that's how they got away. That is how Medea helped the Argonauts escape. Is the single most brutal killing of her brother that I've ever heard of. And you know what Jason did? You know what Jason did later in his life? He was like, I should cheat on Medea. I should cheat on her. That is a good idea. I think this is a good idea for my long-term prosperity, is to cheat on the woman that did this. I can foresee no consequences happening from this. Anyways, it did not work out. It did not work out, Chad. It did not work out for Jason. That was not a good long-term decision, I have to say. Do not know what that guy was thinking. I mean, at that point, he deserves what happens to him. I mean, how could you not see that coming? I think she killed like all his children or something. I don't know. Maybe she baked them into a pie. Maybe that was someone else. I don't know. I do not think anyone survived that. That was just not a good idea. That was just not a good idea. I have to say. Spoiler alert. Oh, I'm sorry. You were trying to read that story from like 3,000 years ago, and now I've spoiled it. All right. So yeah, some important lessons on human nature to learn from that story. There's gonna be people that I'm gonna miss some small detail, but that's the gist of it. That's the gist of it. So don't make fun of me. It's not like I can just find... Okay, let me just... Oh, here we go. Alright. So his name... Where am I going? Alright, so this famous archer, well, not really famous, but he had a famous bow. Alright, his name was like Philoctetes or something, I don't know. That's what it's spelled, right? Yeah, I spelled it right. I don't know how to pronounce that, alright? But there was this guy, we'll call him Phil. Let's call him Phil, alright? Just ignore that Phil is here, alright? And he was big because he had Hercules' bow. And obviously Hercules, pretty big deal, so having his bow and arrow. I think what was the story behind the bow? So Heracles, he burned himself in like a pier or something, and he was poisoned, so he could descend to the god realm and die on his own terms. Yada yada yada. And he gave his bow to like the one guy there that was willing to set the fire, because everyone's like, oh no, we can't burn you to death, we respect you too much. And so I think he gave the guy the bow, and then he gave it to his son, Philoctetes or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. So anyways. So the Trojan War is happening, and they're getting all the Greek heroes together so they can Trojan War pog and just ruin Paris's life. This is all from that story earlier that I told last stream, where the gods got butthurt that Paris said Aphrodite was the prettiest, and so they were like, all right, time to destroy Troy or whatever. I don't know. Actually, I think it's because they stole like the wife of the king of the Spartans or something, and it was like Helen. I don't know, and they just hoped they'd be chill. I'm not clear on the details, but this Phil guy, he had the bow of Heracles is what he was called in Greek times. Hercules is the Roman version. And so obviously he had to come along for the ride. And then they got to like some island. They got to some island, and I think the gods were butthurt, because the gods are always butthurt or something. So they sent down these snakes. Crazy. And these snakes, they bite Phil in the foot. Alright, they bite Phil in the foot. But he doesn't die. And they kill the snakes, or I don't know what happens to the snakes. They're not yet, they haven't gone to Troy yet. And they're like, alright. And the guy's like, alright, we can still go, because, you know, I'm just bitten in the foot. It's fine, I'll get better. And the guy's like, I don't know, man, that foot wound, it smells kind of bad. Smells kind of bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. He's like, guys, are you serious? Like, could you please stay behind? We really just don't want to smell this for the rest of the war. We're just gonna leave you here on this empty I don't know if the island was. We're just gonna leave you on this island, all right, and do the whole war without you. And he's like, are you kidding me? I have the magic bow of Heracles. I have the most like important bow. Are you kidding me? And they're like, yeah, we're dead. And then they left him behind on that island. They left him behind on the island. I think it was for 10 years. I think it was for 10 years they left him on the island with the god bow. They didn't even take the god bow. They just let him keep it. And they went and did the war without him. And so like 10 years later, it's been 10 years, they can't invade Troy, it's not working out. And they kidnap some prophet or something, I'm not clear on the details, and the prophet tells them, alright guys, the only way that Troy will fall is if you guys have the magic bow of Heracles. The magic bow of Heracles is the key, and they have to awkwardly sail back and get to this guy they ditched on an island for 10 years because his foot smelled bad, and that's how they won the war. They got the bow. That's just so awkward. Just imagine sitting there like, all right, which one of you brought the magic bow of Heracles? Sir, we left him on an island for 10 years. Why would do that? Well, his foot smelled bad, sir. His foot, you gotta understand, sir. It smelled really bad. It smelled really bad. And that's how it all happened. All right, let's get some name tags.